Hey everybody, we're back. We're going to do a little review on The Defenders. Just came out on Netflix. We watched the whole thing through already.
Yep. Did it in 2 days, a day.
Yeah. It was kind of quick. I thought it would have been longer.
Yep, only 8 episodes. I think the other shows are closer to 10, 12.
Somewhere in there, yeah. But it was kind of nice. It was just short, sweet, to the point. Here you go. Sometimes with longer shows like Game of Thrones, when you have to wait week to week, you like having more episodes because it lasts longer. But when everything is released to you in one shot with Netflix series, it's like you just want to get through all of it just so you can get through the whole story, and that way you don't go to work or go outside or something or see on the internet like, oh, here's these spoilers. Great, because I haven't watched all the episodes yet. Nice. So, but anyways, let's dive right into spoilers. Kind of starts out with little Iron Fist heavy.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was really like they did more with Iron Fist, or if it was just like it felt like it took longer to get through with Iron Fist. But it's just basically showing you where every character is at this point in the show, and Iron Fist is hunting a hand. Daredevil is retired and is a lawyer.
Back to lawyering again.
Yep. Luke Cage is still in jail, and
yeah, from the end of his series.
And Jessica Jones is kind of just a drunk right now.
Yeah, still drinking it away, doing her thing.
She's not handling being the hero thing well.
No. She doesn't like having powers all that much.
No. But everything was like fun, except for Iron Fist, unfortunately.
I mean, nothing against the actor that plays him.
No.
He does a good job. Like, he played Sir Loras in Game of Thrones, and he was great in that.
He could be written better.
I think it's not even him in this role that's wrong. He looks like an Iron Fist.
Yeah.
It's just the material they're giving him, the dialogue, I think some of the direction specifically to his character is off a little.
Yeah, and
which is disappointing because I like that character in the comics. He was always very zen. Very like everyone else is like flipping their shit and getting angry, and he's like, "Whoa, everybody, calm down. We need to harness our chi."
yeah,
he's just out there. He's like if this was Friends, he'd be Phoebe.
Yeah,
just a wacky guy. But
and
he's like a homeless man-child.
Yeah, who has anger issues.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like Iron Fist when he's angry.
No.
But, yeah, it's... The first 2 episodes moved kind of slow. Mm-hmm. And even though like the parts that were good, you're watching Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
You're not watching Daredevil. You're not watching Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. You're not watching Iron Fist. You're watching Defenders. You want to see them get together, and it does not happen until the end of the 2nd episode.
Yeah, they all sit down in a Chinese restaurant that Danny Rand had to pay 6 months of their rent because they were trying to close, and they needed a place to hide out, and it was funny that they were putting out food.
Well, they finally meet up at the building. Well, the tower where...
Oh, the main building with the deep hole in it.
Yeah, where the hand is working at. And
yeah.
They just all randomly show up there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Fist goes there as Danny Rand, like, hey, I'm a business person and you're doing bad business.
He goes to their board of directors or whatever.
Yeah, and they're just like staring at him like, you're really fucking dumb. Where'd I hand? Well... We don't give a shit.
Like, they beat him up, so they all pull out asps, batons, and start...
Yeah, we kill people. We don't give a shit about fudging paperwork, asshole. So they start fighting. Luke Cage shows up because one of the guys that he was trying to help gets killed in prison.
Right.
He was like a cleaner, cleaning up crime scenes.
Yeah, they were using acid to burn the faces and hands.
Yeah.
And, it was...
Yeah. Jessica Jones is investigating
Missing architect.
a missing architect who ends up killing himself in the second episode.
Yep.
Because
Blows his brains out right in her office.
Yep.
So,
and Daredevil is given busy work to follow Jessica Jones to make sure she doesn't get in trouble.
Foggy's like, I have too much casework here at this new high law firm that I work at now, since we're no longer partners. Why don't you work on this for me so you're not Daredevil anymore?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it was like, the fight scene was really cool.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, finally, we're getting something good.
It wasn't quite the hallway scene for Daredevil, in season 1. It wasn't quite the Punisher hallway scene in prison in Daredevil season 2. But seeing all those characters together, just fighting for the first time, I mean, it wasn't even Avengers, seeing the Avengers come together for the first time. Defenders is not the Avengers in any shape, way, or form.
No.
But it's like, it was still cool to see those characters come together. Like, cool. This is like lower scale Avengers, street level. Not, you don't have Hulk and Thor, and you got a guy that's pretty strong, bulletproof. Not as strong as the Hulk, but still pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, I'm still not sure about her powers. She can kind of fly sometimes. She's
really strong.
But she doesn't have durability like Luke Cage.
No.
Then you got Daredevil, blind ninja, basically.
Yep.
And
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Pretty much glowy fist that punches things and they, crumble. Plus he knows Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
One of those. So it was cool to see like street level people come together, street level heroes come together and have that moment.
Yeah. Awesome fight scene, and you also had Elektra there.
Yeah, Elektra's back.
She's the villain. Sigourney Weaver, who's the main villain throughout most of the show, resurrects her from the dead and
raises her like a daughter almost.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, creepy. But Elektra, she was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Sigourney Weaver did an excellent job.
Yeah, they carefully like led into her backstory a little bit, where she's just, you get senses where they start hinting at like she's older than you think.
Yeah, but
and
you
it's like,
you immediately found out who was in charge though,
right?
And it was her, and made it very clear right off the bat. She's talking to what was it, Madam
Wong?
No, Madam Gao.
Madam Gao. Yeah.
She's talking to Madam Gao in the park, and she goes to leave, and she's like, "Feed the birds; they're hungry." Like, do my dirty work. I'm not. And it's like Madam Gao has been a kind of a plot piece in just about every single show.
Mm-hmm. I first saw her in Daredevil season 1.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like the one that Kingpin even was like kind of fearful of.
Yeah.
Then you see Madame Gao fearful kind of Sigourney Weaver, and you're like, oh, you kind of see the food chain a little bit. And you're like,
yeah.
So you wonder what Sigourney Weaver would be to Kingpin.
Yeah. And like, we're glancing over a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's 8 episodes, close to 8 hours of stuff, and we're trying to get it done in hopefully 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I mean, all in all, it was thoroughly enjoyable. The first 2 episodes got us worried in the sense that we were like, this is kind of Iron Fist heavy. I hope this isn't Iron Fist season 2,
Yeah.
with a sprinkling of Defenders. But once it got to episode 3, like, oh, okay, this is what we're gonna see. Okay, cool. And it stayed that way pretty much through the end. Each character got their own story intertwined with it. It wasn't just one of them was a background character, or they're just like, don't worry about my story. I'm just here to fight.
Yeah.
Each one of them got equal screen and story time that really blended together rather nicely. I'd have to say it's definitely worth a watch. I think I'm definitely going to sit down and watch it again. Not as hurried as before.
No.
But just to kind of soak in more of the details.
Yeah.
And get it in there.
Yeah. Stick was awesome. All the like side characters were excellent in this. I mean, Stick cuts off his hand to escape. Cuts it off like it's nothing.
Because they have him chained to that pole.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver has him chained to a pole, and she's beating him up and telling him like, "All right, you're gonna hand us over Iron Fist. You're gonna tell us where he is, and you're gonna make him our weapon." He's like, "Fuck you! I ain't doing shit for you, lady. You know me. When have I ever been accommodating like that?" And Elektra got too close, so he headbutted her and took her sword.
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't come near me," and he's got his handcuffs on, so he's like, cuts off his own hand to escape, and he, like, just within seconds, there's half a second, just like sprints up a wall and goes through an air vent.
Yeah.
And it's just hanging there as they look, and they're like, "Well, shit, now he's gone." Great.
Yeah.
Badass moment. I love Stick.
Yeah. Colleen was awesome. The little parts. There's some parts where it was in the towards the later episodes where they're dealing with the police, and it's just like, I don't want to see the police. I'm tired of the police. I'm tired of the police talking to people that they know to be superheroes, and like not just like somebody dressed up in a costume, like actual like super strength superheroes, and they're just like, "You need to sit there. We're going to put you in jail.
We got lots of red tape to go through.
You need to trust us. We can put them away.
You're going to have to answer for this." Fuck you. We're trying to handle these supervillains.
There's an evil organization called The Hand.
Talk to it. We're out of here.
It's so dumb. I don't like the police in this show.
I did like Misty Knight though.
Misty Knight was cool in parts.
Yeah, I mean, like
when she was police officer Misty Knight, didn't like her. When she was Misty Knight helping out Luke Cage,
yeah,
she was cool. And she got her arm cut off at the end.
Yeah. Which, I mean, with her character in the comics, if I remember correctly, she gets a bionic arm.
Yeah, they teased it in Luke Cage because she gets shot in the arm.
Right.
And almost loses it bleeding out, and they finally just chopped it off.
Yeah. They're like, just in case you missed it last time.
Yeah, it's a clean cut through. So, you know what, let's just go through all the episodes real quick. First episode just basically shows them where they're all at.
Right.
And at the end of the first episode, there's like an earthquake.
Yeah, everything's shaking. It's a pretty big earthquake.
Yeah, and it ends with the earthquake, and that's the first episode, really.
Yeah.
Second episode, Sigourney Weaver's character Alexandra.
You
find out more about her. You find out that she has resurrected Elektra. She's also dying.
Yeah.
You don't know what, but all her organs are just failing. And
she's like stretched the limits of how much she's been able to do to be brought back over the years.
Yeah, and like more like things are happening to bring the Defenders together because their stories are converging. Where it's Luke Cage looking out one kid, Jessica Jones' investigation, Daredevil getting back into the costume, and Iron Fist going after the Hand.
Right.
And that's the episode where Stick gets away, cuts off his hand, and then you have the big fight scene, which was awesome. Basically had Daredevil fighting Elektra the whole time.
Yeah.
And basically Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist just taking out random low-level thugs, which is just unfair.
Especially with Luke Cage. I love Luke Cage just because people try to punch him and he just shrugs it off and looks at him like, don't you know who I am? Don't you know what I can do? Yeah. Just flicks him in the head and they skirt across the...
Oh, and earlier in the episode, you had Luke Cage and Iron Fist getting in a fight. And
that was cool.
And Iron Fist just doing kung fu on him, and Luke Cage was like, "Fuck you doing?
What the hell you flopping around for?" Like, finally bites his hand and punches him in the jaw, and later he's like packing ice into a towel and holding it there. He's like, "Man, that guy, he's got an arm to him."
Yeah. And then, like, they get away and they hold up into a Chinese restaurant. Third episode, they're in a Chinese restaurant, and Iron Fist has paid off the owner of the shop.
Paid 6 months of his rent and ordered 4 of everything on the menu.
Yeah. And then Stick shows up, missing his hand, and like, "Hey, bad things are happening. It's the Hand." And everyone's like, "Yeah, we know.
It's the Hand, not this hand. This hand's gone."
Yeah.
The other hand, the ninja hand.
Yeah. and they're going through everyone's backstory, why they're together, who they are, and Daredevil and Stick leave out the Elektra thing because they're connected to Elektra.
Yeah.
Daredevil thinks he could help her, and Stick just because he trained her.
Yeah, well, he kind of raised her as a daughter as well, except from a very trying to be non-emotional standpoint.
Doesn't really seem to give a shit, though.
I mean, it's tough love kind of thing, where he's just like, he knows that the ends justify the means.
Yep.
So he's like, if I got to kill her, I care about her, but she's not Elektra anymore.
Yeah.
Elektra died. This is the black sky that was brought back.
Yeah.
In her body.
Yeah.
It's not Elektra anymore. He's convinced that Elektra's gone. He just needs to kill her.
Yeah.
And get rid of her.
So then Jessica Jones leaves because she thinks this is stupid, which it kind of is. Group called the Hand.
She's like, seriously, all this mystical bullshit? You want me to stick around for this? Fuck you, I'm going to go drink.
Yeah. So then the Hand shows up. Like all the three of the four main bosses show up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big, huge fight. Jessica Jones comes back, runs over Elektra in her car.
That's funny.
And the episode ends with them getting away.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of getting their ass kicked because they're not working together because Daredevil goes off to fight Elektra to try to, get her to realize who she is.
Yeah, you notice he mentioned her name and he saw a spark.
Yeah.
She
paused, didn't kill him or...
Yeah, because that was his major reasoning, was that she had so many chances to kill him.
Yep.
And she hadn't, which means there has to be some remnants of her left in there.
Yeah. So, they all get away except for Luke Cage, who was hit by a garbage truck, and the other one of the four bosses.
It was funny. It was just, he's standing there and...
So one day, goes after him. He's going to take him, capture. And they hold up in this abandoned building.
Mm-hmm.
And
trying to interrogate him just won't take.
Well, they all showed up. They hide out in this abandoned building. I don't know how Luke Cage finds them.
Yeah.
But he does, and he's got someone that is captured. Or no, they were in the dojo.
No, yeah, okay. Well, he showed him in the back of the van.
Yeah, they were all in the
He's
dojo.
like, look what I caught.
Yeah, they were hiding out in the dojo.
Mm-hmm.
They capture him, then they head out to this abandoned building to interrogate him to find out. Mm-hmm. Next episode is basically just them rounding up everybody, getting them to safety.
Mm. Oh, yeah, all their loved ones and whatnot. Taking them to the police station, saying, stay put, some shit's going to go down.
Yep, Karen, Foggy, everybody.
Mm.
That's basically that episode.
The only thing that bugged me throughout was, obviously, Luke Cage's identity is out there.
Yes.
He's a superhero. He has no secret identity.
Yep.
Jessica Jones, same thing. No secret identity. Everyone just kind of knows that she has superpowers. Danny Rand,
I don't think he really has yet. I don't think
people don't really know, but then again, he's still new.
Yeah, I think it's citizens don't know he's Iron Fist, but all the bad guys know he's Danny Rand.
Right.
So he doesn't really have a.
But the thing is, with Daredevil, with Matt Murdock, when the police are putting things together, they're like, okay, so Luke Cage's loved ones are here. Danny Rand's friends, his family isn't here because they're all dead. His friends are here. Jessica Jones, her friends are here. Okay, your Matt Murdock's friends, Foggy and Karen.
Well,
where's Matt Murdock at then? Why are we protecting you guys?
Well, Matt Murdock took them there because he was their lawyer.
That's true. Yeah, because he's going as a cover as their lawyer.
As Jessica Jones' lawyer.
But they still know they've seen the four of them together. They're like,
but it's
Daredevil.
But they're still nobody really going to believe a blind man is Daredevil.
Oh, I know. It's just if Miss Unite knows without a doubt.
Oh yeah, she knows.
She's like Commissioner Gordon. She knows.
Yeah.
She just plays like she doesn't. Sure. But if you're even halfway intelligent in a detective type manner, it's a no-brainer.
I still think you're not going to believe that the blind lawyer is a crime fighter.
Well, I mean, they could start to suspect he's just playing like he's blind, But anyway,
but then once they figure out that he is blind, then they're like, okay, it's definitely not him because a blind guy is not going to be able to do all those things.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just one of those. It raises too many questions that. Anyways,
next And like during the next few episodes, they're just investigating how to take down the Hand, and that's really all that happens.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 5, Elektra shows up. She kills Stick and takes Iron Fist, and everybody else is left unconscious.
Yeah.
So in episode 7,
They wake up.
they wake up. They're at the police station. They're wanted for murder of Stick and the Wanda.
Architect. No, not the architect.
Sawande.
Sawande, yeah.
Because he got beheaded by Stick. Because he was trying. He had a knifed Iron Fist back.
Yeah.
So they're wanted for 2 murders, and they're like, all the cops are just like, "Oh, trust us," or "You're under arrest," blah blah blah, and it's like, it's dumb, it's boring. And then finally, like,
Thank God Misty Knight was like, you know what, Chief, just trust me. Just trust me. He's like, okay. But I'm warning you. Just trust me. Okay. But I'm still warning you. And it's like, okay, we get it. But let's keep going.
Even Misty is on that line of thinking for most of the episode too, and it's just like, I don't give a shit.
Finally, she cuts the shit, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like halfway through they end up escaping, and Iron Fist and Elektra are fighting down in the bottom of the hole.
Colleen Wing steals the C4 that the architect had.
Yeah.
They found plans that he was planning on blowing up that building to collapse it into the hole, because he figured out what they were doing.
Yeah.
Knew that it was completely evil, wanted to stop him, got in too deep, couldn't go through with it, so she steals the C4 to bring it to that building.
Yep, there's a big fight scene. In the bottom of the pit, there's Elektra versus Iron Fist, and then at the top, it's the 3 main good guys, the 3 other good guys, you know, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, versus the 3 other villains, which are Madame Gao, Murakami, and Bakudo. And they're just trying to hold him off till Elektra can do what she's trying to do. And she succeeds. She gets Iron Fist mad enough to use his fist. She blocks it and then puts it into a wall, and the wall crumbles.
You can see it coming, because of course he's not going to just go up to, oh, you want me to open this?
Because Iron Fist is dumb in this show.
He's very naive.
He's an idiot.
So it's like, of course she's going to have him fight her, and then he's going to miss her punching and then hit the wall instead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by this time, Elektra killed Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
In episode 6.
Yeah. She decided she wanted to take over. She knew enough now that she was like, she's the Black Sky and Elektra.
Yeah.
So she had enough of her memories back that the part of her that loved killing was there. And the black part of her that was the Black Sky, destined to, you know, lead the Hand into whatever, is there as well. So she's like, alright, I'm going to kill you. I'm in charge now. This is my show.
Yeah. So then, you know, the wall comes down, and you see that there's a skeleton of the dragon in there. The same Iron Fist dragon.
Which was apparently an abundant creature in Kanglan. That they were just everywhere.
Yeah. And for some reason,
they're extinct now.
They were buried in Hell's Kitchen.
For whatever reason.
For reasons. Because it doesn't work if they don't. The show doesn't work if they don't do that. So.
Because comic books.
Yes. So then they all decide that they have, except for Iron Fist because he's still down in the pit.
Yeah.
They're basically deciding that they got to blow up the building.
They're going to continue what the architect meant to do.
Yeah.
Since it seems like the best way to just stop them completely.
Yeah.
You could always dig in the hole again, but it's at least going to stop them for a while.
Yep. Then, so Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage all go down in the hole. There's a giant fight scene that's really awesome. Just a whole bunch of low-level thugs, a couple bosses, and Elektra.
Yeah.
Who's the main boss. And then upstairs you got Colleen and Claire running around setting up bombs when Bakudo shows up. He starts fighting with Colleen. Misty shows up, starts shooting him, and I do not understand why it has no effect at all.
I know. I can get, like, the Hand's whole purpose, this whole thing they're going through, is
to become immortal.
the resources that they use to bring Elektra back from the dead. That's their secret. That's their thing that they do to resurrect themselves and come back again and again and again.
And it's all gone.
And they've run out of resources for it. Like Elektra was the last one to have those resources because there's no more. So apparently, cutting up the bones of those dragons will help them. That's the resource they need, I guess.
Yeah.
And now they have quite an abundance of it, but it doesn't mean you're bulletproof.
Yeah, that really confused me. There's no reason. Like, we've already.
Unless he had a bulletproof vest underneath.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't see it.
No. He got his head cut off anyway.
And he got his head cut off. Misty got her arm cut off. He gets his head cut off. It's all good. And they pretty much only set bombs up on one pillar, but that's okay.
Yeah, it all fell down anyway.
It all fell down anyway.
I mean, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist all made it up the elevator. Well, they made it halfway up the elevator. Then the thing snapped. Jessica Jones was holding on to the elevator by a wire. Then they climbed out, came up the ladder, and they got out.
Yeah. Daredevil stayed behind to try to convince Elektra to come with them.
Mm-hmm. They were fighting and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I think at the end, she becomes more Elektra than...
She realizes.
Yeah. And
that's when the building comes down.
The building comes down, and you're to assume that everybody's dead.
Yeah. Well, Daredevil and Elektra are dead. Plus, the hand of bad guys are all down there.
The hand bad guys are all down there. I'm betting Madame Gao gets out.
Yeah. She's not done.
Yeah, because Murakami falls 13 stories.
Yeah.
He got on the elevator to fight all those guys. He fell off, and he landed on a
rebar.
Sticking
straight.
So he's definitely dead. I'm betting Madame Gao got out.
Yeah.
And basically that's.
Well, then the rest of it is just epilogue. Where
just epilogue. It's like.
Foggy shows up to Luke Cage with Luke Cage and Claire and tells them there's no charges being pressed. It's just kind of all being swept under the rug. You guys are clear, nothing to worry about, no legal issues, nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, and they tell him I'm sorry for your loss and referencing Matt Murdock, and he's like, it was all our loss, but and Claire tells him that ever since she met him, he always loved the city more than he loved himself.
Mm.
And even though he was trying not to be Daredevil, he couldn't not be Daredevil.
Yep.
It's just who he was. That was his life.
Yeah.
And there was no way of trying to deter him from doing what was right.
Yeah, it turned out a lot of lawyer work and a non-committal girlfriend couldn't keep him from being Daredevil again. Who knew?
Yeah. And then after credits scene, or not really after credits, because it was at the very end of.
Yeah, at the very end they show Matt Murdock. He's back at that the church where he was after his dad died.
Yeah, and
he wakes up.
He's in a nunnery, basically.
Yeah.
I guess, which, if you're a comic book fan, or if you're a comic book fan that knows Daredevil, his mother became a nun at some point during his childhood and moved away, which is why he was just him and his dad for so long. And so I'm guessing in Daredevil Season 3, we're going to see his mom.
Whenever we get Daredevil Season 3.
Whatever happens. I mean, they greenlit it. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, but we're going to get second season of Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage first. We're going to get Punisher first.
Ooh, I can't wait for Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah, they showed the Punisher teaser at the very end after the credits.
It made me think John Wick.
Yes, it did. it looked awesome.
Pounded that concrete with a sledgehammer. I'm like, he's John Wick in it right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it looks like it'll have some flashbacks for Frank Castle, back when he was still a Marine. And, once a Marine, always a Marine. But once he was still overseas,
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much the show. I really enjoyed it. You really enjoyed it. There were problems in it, of course.
Mm.
There was I read a description of one episode, and it said that Elektra tries to recruit an unlikely ally, and I saw that, and it just turned out to be Iron Fist. And I was like,
yeah, she was trying to talk to him and be his buddy. Like, we're on the same side. We both want the same things.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not buying it. I'm naive, but I'm not buying this.
yeah, and it's like, I thought it was going to be Kingpin when I read that.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but it would have been too much.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure it was going to be Kingpin when I read that.
I was seriously thinking there was going to be some sort of cameo with him in it.
Yeah, and
Like,
then,
especially with Luke Cage leaving prison.
Yeah.
I was looking like, okay, where's Kingpin? Where's Kingpin? Oh, he's not.
yeah,
Oh.
and then when it's like shown that they're getting their ass kicked, and I was like, are they going to bring Punisher in? And then like,
That would be so cool.
And then, like,
Punisher in.
I watched this all over in less than 24 hours.
Mhm.
Because I work nights, I was able to watch it in the morning.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then,
like,
like-
you're at a different schedule, so once you get home, you got free time.
Yeah, yeah. And like, so I watched it when I got home, and then I napped basically, and then got up and watched it again, and it's like, maybe is Doctor Strange going to show up?
Yep.
Because Doctor Strange tied to the Defenders. That didn't happen either, and that was just my stupid expectations that like brought it down just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It was still really awesome. I enjoyed it. Started out slow.
Mm-hmm. Who would you say is your favorite Defender out of the four of them?
I don't know. I'd probably say Mike Coulter,
Yeah.
Luke Cage. Don't know why, but
Any specific
Yeah.
reason?
I don't know. He takes good pictures,
Yeah, I know. I'm jealous.
Mhm.
You got to meet him and I didn't.
Yep.
Was his handshake like super strong?
I had to wear a cast afterwards, so
Ah, true. So if you gave this a rating on a scale,
oh, if I had to give this a rating, I'd probably give it like a 7 Iron Fists out of 10 Danny Rands.
okay, yeah, I'd give it a 7.5 handless sticks.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you go. Good, but not great. I
Yeah.
think that's
yeah. It's definitely not the worst of the Netflix Marvel series.
yeah.
That would be Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it definitely wasn't the best either. But it was just a nice right there in the middle. Just rather enjoyable all around.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it that you watch it.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen for the future of the series and the shows.
Now they can have cameos across
Yeah.
the different
Well,
things.
not that. It's that Disney is going to be pulling all their stuff off Netflix
Oh,
and create
that's
their own
true.
streaming site.
Yes.
Are they going to are they going to pull Luke Cage, Daredevil, because they own it.
They own it.
They
but
don't make it, but they own it.
right. But I mean, like same thing with like why Spider-Man belongs to Sony and why X-Men belongs to Fox is because they have those property rights for the medium. So I think Netflix probably owns those medium.
I don't know.
rights.
I don't think Netflix owns their medium rights, but
I'm pretty
we'll
sure.
see. We're going to get second seasons, third seasons. What platform?
At least for
Both-
the next 3 years, we're set.
Yeah. On what platform we're going to get them on? Who knows? We're still going to get them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
anyways, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time and listen to us babble about this. And make sure you check it out yourself. It's an excellent show. Be sure to let us know what you thought in the comments below. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
yep.
See you
Bye.
later.